Yeah, welcome again to our next live stream. No, it's kind of early in the morning, but yada. So you go, definitely. Really now, not gonna spend much time on the session here, but I just more like finishing it. You know, try to reassure some things. So, where you really see the fate of them at this, I think them did balance somewhat to a certain degree. Um, to the beat session. So I'm pretty much leave everything as is. So I'm just gonna give beat a listen and just make some minor tweaks. Some voice the somewhere. Oh, so this. Turn it down. Yeah. Think here so. Dreamix. Or yourself, what? I did so third Fred. You know? I did so third Fred, but I'll give this a next color. I'm taking into color slightly too near. So this a royal blue. Yeah, so I'm just give the strings them one different color. Melodious music. Tough, yo, tough. Just there finish up your mix, you know? Make some minor tweaks to it. You can see I don't much plug-in on it, but still sound good. Still sound good. I think more glue this a little bit more. I think more use this compressor. Yeah. For the most part, the vocals them did mix already, you know. I just add some little effects to it and so forth. Finish up it and touch up the beat a little bit. Alright, so this one now. This key is verb. I'm gonna reduce the reverb. Filter out what's going in. I think the pretty slightly too long. Bring down the size one teeny bit. Filter off some of the highs going out. Yeah. some sort of synth here. Add some saturation to it. Here, thicken it up a little bit. Now, what am I going to do for your rhythm here? So now, I think I'll give it one API sound. Plug it somewhere here. No, not this. Console F 9000J. Console N. I think of that. I just don't remember when you. You know, someone Lindell. No, not that. Oh, 50 bus. Oh. Online. Yeah. So we'll get the API sound here. I'll bypass it first. I'll bypass. Oh, this one a poor button here, so I'll just bypass it here. Now, what we can do to is glue it with the API sound here. 50 channel. And what we can do is can turn off this here, turn off that, turn off this, and use the gate expander this way. I'm using a VCA mode and call it a day. So I'm gonna put this at 30, fastest, no ratio, use a soft ratio, about 3 to 1, and release time 0.5, leave that as is, and use a threshold. Let's see what can go on here. So, who are familiar with this plugin, it came out a few days ago. It's an API channel strip. So this may use and glue the beat together. I just want to kiss it somewhat. Alright, I think that's too much. think I like the sound, eh? Definitely sound really nice. Yeah. So most of the transients really are passed through this plugin because I have the attack time to 30 milliseconds. That slows somewhat for your bus compressor, and have the attack on the release time and its fastest. So you know, while it grabs stuff after it releases it really fast. So yeah. Alright, so I think that's most part for the beat, but I think the keys really want to saturate it a little bit.
Top shot a man a top banger. Young spragger all full of power. Fully govern cause of our land no other. Gun match the figure. Watch me wheel off and squeeze one. Top banger man a top banger. Each one make a jelly splatter. Top banger man a top banger. Jump out with the bushwalker. Turn up the scheme, we the road, the rebel, tell a pussy babel, cause if you know I want to season. We the devil left the men's mad like the Tower of Babel. If we ever have any issue, bloody money I spend with no wrinkles. But still with a rubber boy, every shingles. Close case, tell about the liar, bitch, I'm fucking. Rush, ooh, I must have caught them puffing. Top shot a man a top banger. Young spragger all full of power. Fully govern cause of our land, no other. Gun match the figure, watch me wheel off and squeeze one. Top banger man a top banger. Each one make a jelly splatter. Top banger man a top banger. Jump out with the bushwalker. 45 man a brandish, well varnished. Parabellum for any antics. Yeah. For any target we haunted. All about the drill we no knock fist. Heartless nonsense, killy them a bang to the anthem. Fuck y'all make money, do it all again. Last week she sucked the cart, this week she bring a friend. Know them a argue who have the better head. Top shot a man a top banger.
Yo, I'm a lighter than that.
Think fit. Let me check the settings here. Alright, so top one, really want that much. Not really crush that one, we'll need some more crunch. And go blend it in back. This. this here, so I have a slight delay over this.
Shut a man a top banger. Young Spragga, how we full of power. Fully govern cause of our land, no other. Gun match the figure. Watch me wheel off and squeeze one. Top banger, man a top banger. Each one make a jelly splatter. Top banger, man a top banger. Jump out with the bushwalker. Head. Top shot a man a top banger. Young Spragga, how we full of power. Fully govern cause of our land, no other. Gun match the figure. Watch me wheel off and squeeze one. Top banger, man a top banger. Each one make a jelly splatter. Top banger, man a top banger. Jump out with the bushwalker.
Alright, so this a reverb I know. I think I want it a medium hall. And this one I know me don't change it to let's try this. Sonic. Let's try split and try still split and see how that really pan out. For this now, I'll go add we have odds and the tube saturated to this. Turn on the drive. Now this start the other reverb a little bit and loop it back into the first reverb and see it sound. So now solo up the vocals.
Head. Top shot a man a top banger. Young Spragga, how we full of power. Fully govern cause of our land, no other. Gun match the figure. Watch me wheel off and squeeze one. Top banger, man a top banger. Each one make a jelly splatter. Top banger, man a top banger. Jump out with the bushwalker.
Alright, dub no. I think this has some sort of EQ. The frequency dispersion, I'm not sure the settings there. Alright, so I'm gonna turn off this EQ, yeah. I'm gonna turn on but this EQ, yeah.
Head. Top shot a man a top banger. Young Spragga, how we full of power. Fully govern cause of our land, no other. Gun match the figure. Watch me wheel off and squeeze one. Top banger, man a top banger. Each one make a jelly splatter. Top banger, man a top banger. Jump out with the bushwalker. Turn up the scheme, we the road, the rebel, tell a pussy babel, cause if you know I want to season. We the devil left the man's mad like the tower of Babel. If we ever have any issue, bloody money I spend with no wrinkles. But still would a robber boy ever shingles. Close case, tell about the liar, bitch I'm fucking. Rush, ooh, I must quote them puffing. Top shot a man a top banger. Young Spragga, how we full of power. Fully govern cause of our land, no other. Gun match the figure. Watch me wheel off and squeeze one. Top banger, man a top banger. Each one make a jelly splatter. Top banger, man a top banger. Jump out with the bushwalker.
Alright, so I'm gonna put some more reverb in it and hear it sound.
Head. Top shot a man a top banger. Young Spragga, how we full of power. Fully govern cause of our land, no other. Gun match the figure. Watch me wheel off and squeeze one. Top banger, man a top.
Alright, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna play it context and see if the split reverb makes sense.
Head. Top shot a man a top banger. Young Spragga, how we full of power. Fully govern cause of our land, no other. Gun match the figure. Watch me wheel off and squeeze one. Top banger, man a top banger. Each one make a jelly splatter. Top banger, man a top banger. Jump out with the bushwalker. Turn up the scheme, we the road, the rebel, tell a pussy babel, cause if you know I want to season. We the devil left the man's mad like the tower of Babel. If we ever have any issue, bloody money I spend. Head. Top shot a man a top banger. Young Spragga, how we full of power. Fully govern cause of our land, no other. Gun match the figure. Watch me wheel off and squeeze one. Top banger, man a top banger. Each one make a jelly splatter. Top banger, man a top banger. Jump out with the bushwalker. Turn up the scheme, we the road, the rebel, tell a pussy babel, cause if you know I want to season. We the devil left the man's mad like the tower of Babel. If we ever have any issue, bloody money I spend with no wrinkles.
I think I like how the silver plate the sound. me try chrome plate.
Head. Top shot a man a top banger. Young spragger all full of power. Fully govern cause of our land, no other. Gun mash.
Chrome plate seems like it bigger, but it's on harlish like. Alright, so
Head. Top shot a man a top banger. Young spragger all full of power. Fully govern cause of our land, no other. Gun mash the figure. Watch me wheel off and squeeze one. Top banger man a top banger. Each one make your jelly splatter. Top banger man a top banger. Jump out with the bushwalker. Turn up the scheme with the road rebel. Tell the pussy babble. Cause if you know I want to season. We the devil left the man's man.
make active. This is a side shading. Yeah. And I'm not delete enable. So I'm gonna make this one active. I'm gonna turn on the feedback. Turn out demo. I'll just leave it as is for now.
Head. Top shot a man a top banger. Young spragger all full of power.
The delay, you know, the feedback is taking the output signal and feed it back into the input. So that's how you get multiples of delay. So if argument's sake you turn down the feedback, you get one repeat. And that would be the original delayed signal. But pushing the feedback is like pushing back the one feedback sound into the input of the plugin. So you get multiples of repeats. So that's how feedback really work. There are times when we do mixes and we just want one delay and we just turn off the feedback. And we really get that. But you have to remember say this way you push back in here, you push back into the input for multiples of delayed sound. So please bear that in mind. If you don't know, now you know. And who claims that they know and never know, now you know. Yeah, country boss music production. Bless up yourself, my G. Me there I go and finish up a one mix, you know. Yeah, so when we get like an insider or some like stuff where we do during mixing. And you know, some like information where might deem useful to y'all see me. So bless up, cause I'm not even sure some would have at least 4 current viewers on this live this morning. But however, 2 days now since you don't post nothing, so just there go and do it. You know? Even though you know me not really want the streaming them long like me say like some streams. You know, people don't really watch back certain streams, so I definitely want to keep it in a time span where you know everybody go feel comfortable watching it back also. So make we see how this how that go. So bless up yourself, country boss music production, and you know other people on the live. Drop a comment in the live chat section so I know see on there. Yeah, so there mix off finish up. I now go some mix off or mix. Cause currently did start this mix, but just finish up it. You know, do some minor tweaks. So however me plan to take it live so you can see the minor tweaks that we do. So nothing have to do with no audio, as you can see. Very little to no plugins and some of them because some of these sounds already are high quality sound, just very little EQing and mild compression going through. Just excessive amount of processing have to do with the vocals because the vocals, you know, did record raw as is, so you know, so you have to do like a post-production mixing. So yeah, so who they never see or will never hear me say at first, so there. But anyways, let us continue. So I'm solo up this. And this is a plate reverb here that is even mute. However, this plate reverb is send return. It's a send return. Well, that's the same thing to a parallel compression that I have over here with this plugin on it. Yeah, so this plugin is doing some sort of parallel compression to the background's vocals. So yeah. So I put plate reverb on that, same if you kind of get a little more dimension going to the background vocals. Sounds a bit confusing, but we do it sometimes, not all the time. Alright, so excite the vocal a little bit.
Top shatter man a top banger. Young spragger how we full of power. Fully govern cause of our land no other. Gun match the figure. Watch me wheel off and squeeze one. Top banger man a top banger. Each one make a jelly splatter. Top banger man a top banger. Jump out with the bushwalker. Turn up the scheme, we the road, the rebel, tell the pussy babel, cause if you know I want to season. We the devil left the men's mad like the Tower of Babel. If we ever have any issue, bloody money I spend with no wrinkles. But still with a rubber boy, heavy shingles. Close case, tell about the liar, bitch, I'm fucking. Rush, ooh, I must quote them puffing. Top shatter man a top banger. Young spragger how we full of power. Fully govern cause of our land no other. Gun match the figure. Watch me wheel off and squeeze one. Top banger man a top banger. Each one make a jelly splatter. Top banger man a top banger. Jump out with the bushwalker. 45 man a brandish, well varnished. Parabellum for any antics. Yeah. Any target was haunted. All about the drill we no knock fist. Heartless nonsense. Killy them a bang to the anthem. Fuck y'all make money do it all again. Last week she sucked the cart. This week she bring a friend. No them a argue who have the better head. Top shatter man a top banger. Young spragger how we full of power. Fully govern cause of our land no other. Gun match the figure. Watch me wheel off and squeeze. Shit. Top banger man a top banger. Each one make a jelly splatter. Top banger man a top banger.
So this excite the top of the vocal without me having to use any EQ for boost up there. So I just excite the vocals a little bit, so I don't have to use the EQ for do the form of boosting there. Because during mastering I go to boosting a little bit for opening up the mix a little bit. So you know, I'm rather excited in most cases than to use an EQ, in which EQ it adds some sort of coloration and some sort of warmth, smooth thing at the top, you know. But now I'm gonna thicken the vocals. I'm thinking I'll do this in a separate video. So make the vocals are like a bit wider. I'll do this in a separate video, show you how you can really get that video, can get the song a little bit wider. So let's see what I'm gonna know.
Top shatter man a top banger. Young spragger how we full of power. Fully govern cause of our land no other. Gun match the figure. Watch me wheel off and squeeze one. Top banger man a top banger. Each one make a jelly splatter. Top banger man a top banger. Jump out with the bushwalker. Turn up the scheme, we the road, the rebel, tell the pussy babel, cause if you know I want to season. We the devil left the men's mad like the Tower of Babel. If we ever have any issue, bloody money I spend with.
So as I can hear, the vocals get a teeny bit wider, you know. So adding mild things to your vocals adds up over time, but if you overdo it with one plugin or one way, you know, it can sound good, but I think either put the plugin itself under stress. Yeah, it would have come like a hardware equipment too, because if you stress hardware equipment what is not built to be stressed, you know, it will give us some undesirable amount of sound or some desirable amount of sound. But I think doing little adds up over time than just trying to get in it all with one plugin, you know. So definitely go widen the vocal a little bit more. Some soul of the vocals.
Top shatter man a top banger. Young spragger how we full of power. Fully govern cause of our land no other. Gun match the figure. Watch me wheel off and squeeze one. Top banger man a top banger. Each one make a jelly splatter. Top banger man a top banger.
So as I can hear the differences, you know, the vocals just get wider with these two settings that I have here. So now mute it and play it.
Head, top shot a man a top banger. Young Spragger out.
Follow me in pan.
Head, top shot a man a top banger. Young Spragger out full of power. Fully govern cause of our land, no other. Gun match the figure. Watch me wheel off and squeeze one. Top banger man a top banger. Each one make your jelly splatter. Top banger man a top banger. Jump out with the bushwalker. Turn up the scheme, we the road, the rebel, tell the pussy babel, cause if you know I want to season. We the devil left the men's mad like the Tower of Babel. If we ever have any issue, bloody money I spend with no wrinkles. But still with a rubber boy, every shingles. Close case, tell about the liar, bitch, I'm fucking. Rush, ooh, I must quote them puffing. Top shot a man a top banger. Young Spragger out full of power. Fully govern cause of our land, no other. Gun match the figure, watch me wheel off and squeeze one.
So effects like these, you can hear a lot of coursing, you know it, and delayed sound. You know, forget that thickening effect like, and we go thicken it a little bit more, you know, with this, you know. So we'll play it in solo first, boost it.
Top shot a man a top banger. Young Spragger out full of power. Fully govern cause of our land, no other. Gun match the figure. Watch me wheel off and squeeze one. Top banger man a top banger. Each one make your jelly splatter. Top banger man a top banger.
These effects, I don't really want it audible, so it here is just there for the effect purposes and not there, yeah, for the effect purposes, but we don't really want it audible. So if it audibly, we hear all this coursing, delayed pitch effect, like, and it now goes sound pleasant. So we want it did to do what we intended for do and not for, you know, hearing it as an effect. So the best way to go about doing this is boosting it, and then you take off the substantial amount what you don't need. So it's always good to use send returns because you have more control so than if you just fling it straight on the bus itself. I've gotten session with stuff like that, so play it in context, you know, and see if it sounds good. In most cases, I apply these effects in context, but due to the streaming sake, you know, I tend to do it like this.
Top shot a man a top banger. Young Spragger out full of power. Fully govern cause of our land, no other. Gun match the figure. Watch me wheel off and squeeze one. Top banger man a top banger. Each one make your jelly splatter. Top banger man a top banger. Jump out with the bushwalker. Turn up the scheme, we the road, the rebel, tell the pussy babel, cause if you know I want to season. We the devil left the men's mad like the Tower of Babel. If we ever have any issue, bloody money I spend with no wrinkles. But still with a rubber boy, every shingles. Close case, tell about the liar, bitch, I'm fucking. Rush, ooh, I must quote them puffing. Top shot a man a top banger. Young Spragger out full of power. Fully govern cause of our land, no other. Gun match the figure. Watch me wheel off and squeeze one.
Alright, so this effect is double. I think y'all know what plugin is this. Yeah, it's a plugin that everyone uses, and as I can say, me use it too. So if you don't know doubler, you need to get it because it's a really awesome plugin. It gets the job done. You know, people underrate this plugin a lot, but a lot of engineers use this. A lot of engineers use it, and it tends to do what it's supposed to do and beyond. You know? So, it is what it is. Alright, so, okay, here the effect in solo.
Top shot a man a top banger. Young Spragger out full of power. Fully govern cause of our land, no other. Gun match the figure. Watch me wheel off and squeeze one. Top banger man a top banger. Each one make your jelly splatter. Top banger man a top banger. Jump out with the bushwalker. Turn up the scheme, we the road, the rebel, tell the pussy babel, cause if you know I want to season. We the devil left the men's mad like the Tower of Babel. If we ever have any issue, bloody money I spend with no wrinkles. But still with a rubber boy, ever shingles. Close case, tell about the liar, bitch, I'm fucking. Rush, ooh. I must quote them puffing. Top shot a man a top banger. Young spragger how we full of power. Fully govern cause of our land, no other. Gun match the figure. Watch me wheel off and squeeze one. Top banger man a top banger. Each one make a jelly splatter. Top banger man a top banger. Jump out with the bushwalker. 45 man a brandish, well varnished. Parabellum for any antics.
What I do in most cases, copy but these settings. I think this different. This a slap the day, so I'm just going to turn on this. So about there and unmute it and leave it as is. For this now, I will saturate the background vocals a little. Even I just add libs there. And turn on the highs. And pretty much leave it as is. Add on compressor here. Soft compression. I'll go here. Background vocals, background vocals, background vocals. Oh. Alright, so.
Each one make a jelly splatter. Man a top banger. Each
think that too much.
man a top banger. Each one make a jelly splatter. Top banger man a top banger. Jump out with the bushwalker. 45 man a brandish, well varnished. Parabellum for any antics. Yeah. Any target was haunted. All about the drill win a knock fist. Heartless nonsense. Killy them a bang to the anthem. Folk y'all make money, do it all again. Last week she sucked the cat. This week she bring a friend. No, them a argue who have the better head. Top shot a man a top banger. Young spragger how we full of power. Fully govern cause of our land, no other. Gun match the figure. Watch me wheel off and squeeze one. Top banger man a top banger. Each one make a jelly splatter. Top banger man a top banger. Jump out with the bushwalker. You know, say a dirt. We don't play with people, you know that. Crazy.
Alright, so I'll turn on my headphone first. Because I'll play a little bit louder. And my headphone. So I'll add one limit upon it. You know, so if whatever device you have turn up, or if you have a speaker turn up, please do turn it down before we start play. So put that back. You know, and we'll start play.
Yo, I'm a lighter the dog. Cause some man feels I just play thing bad man depending on the dog. It's a matter of fact. I move to them now. No long chat.
Hey, 45 man a brandish, well varnished. Parabellum for any antics. For any target was haunted. All about the drill win a knock fist. Heartless nonsense. Killy them a bang to the anthem. Folk y'all make money, do it all again. Last week she sucked the cat. This week she bring a friend. No, them a argue who have the better head. Top shot a man a top banger. Young spragger how we full of power. Fully govern cause of our land, no other. Gun match the figure. Watch me wheel off and squeeze one. Top banger man a top banger. Each one make a jelly splatter. Top banger man a top banger. Jump out with the bushwalker. Turn up the scheme, we the road, the rebel, tell the pussy babel. Cause if you know I want to season. We the devil left the men's mad like the Tower of Babel. If we ever have any issue, bloody money I spend with no wrinkles. But still with a rubber boy, ever shingles. Close case, tell about the liar, bitch, I'm fucking. Rush, ooh. I must quote them puffing. Top shot a man a top banger. Young spragger how we full of power. Fully govern cause of our land, no other. Gun match the figure. Watch me wheel off and squeeze one. Top banger man a top banger. Each one make a jelly splatter. Top banger man a top banger. Jump out with the bushwalker. 45 man a brand.
The chorus is extremely wide. I must say that's why I get this phase in effect here, in which you know really affect it that much, but guess me really have got to look into that. I think it's a synth over here, but it still sound good. Let me see what they put here. So okay, yeah, I think that's okay. But I think let me check the balance of the mix. There are times when I really use that balancing of the mix. Or there are times when I really use it, but in this case, I don't think it really matter. Just want to say sound good.
Yo, I'm a lighter the dog. Cause some man feels I just play thing bad man they put in a dog. It's a matter of fact. I move to them now. No long chat.
Hey, 45 man a brandish, well varnished, parabellum for any antics. For any target we haunted, all about the drill we no knock fist. Heartless nonsense, killy them a bang to the anthem. Fuck y'all make money, do it all again. Last week she sucked the cat, this week she bring a friend. Know them a argue who have the better head. Top shatter man a top banger, young spragger all full of power. Fully govern cause of our land, no other. Gun match the figure, watch me wheel off and squeeze one. Top banger man a top banger, each one make a jelly splatter. Top banger man a top banger, jump out with the bushwalker. Turn up the scheme, we the road the rebel. Tell a pussy babble, cause if you know I want to season. We the devil left the men's mad like the Tower of Babel. If we ever have any issue, bloody money I spend with no wrinkles. But still with a rubber boy ever shingles. Close case, tell about the liar, bitch I'm fucking. Rush, ooh, I must have caught them puffing. Top shatter man a top banger, young spragger all full of power. Fully govern cause of our land, no other. Gun match the figure, watch me wheel off and squeeze one. Top banger man a top banger, each one make a jelly splatter. Top banger man a top banger, jump out with the bushwalker. 45 man a brandish, well varnished, parabellum for any antics. Yeah. For any target we haunted, all about the drill we no knock fist. Heartless nonsense, killy them a bang to the anthem. Fuck y'all make money, do it all again. Last week she sucked the cat, this week she bring a friend. Know them a argue who have the better head. Top shatter man a top banger, young spragger all full of power. Fully govern cause of our land, no other. Gun match the figure, watch me wheel off and squeeze one. Top banger man a top banger, each one make a jelly splatter. Top banger man a top banger, jump out with the bushwalker. You know, say a dirt. We don't play with people, you know, dog. Crazy.
I like how this sound. I'm okay with the balance. I think the bass is very much, a lot of sub bass, not really bass, but a lot of sub bass. And the highs are not highs, the mids are not really harsh in my headphone, probably harsh on other devices and so forth like that, in which when me do the referencing on multiple speakers, in which me go reference them on Yamaha, KRK, JBL, 770 headphone and my phone speaker and my boombox, my Bluetooth boombox. Yeah, so those are the stuff me really reference on. So if you have headphone, you reference it by your headphone, your phone, and by your friend phone, where it's not a model of your phone. Or if you have two different studio monitors, just referencing. If you are mixing engineer, have a studio and watching this live, please do get a Bluetooth boombox because everybody I use them. I want to know say your music really sound good on those particular instruments, especially when they are summed to mono. Because a lot of these devices play in mono, even your phone speaker play in mono. So you want to know, alright, when your mixes are collapsed, then I really lose a lot of side information, because a lot of us think about how you can get the songs wide and how you can get it this and how you can get it that, and not paying attention to when it's collapsed to mono. Because even this club system, in a dance or in the clubs and stuff like that, they play in a mono. So if your mono mix no good, it don't make no sense. You focus on stereo, because if you can get the mono right, then the stereo will speak for itself. But a lot of people focus on the stereo signal. Yeah, the stereo signal. So please do pay a little attention. Just pay some attention to your mono signal also. So I wonder if I leave out anything pertaining to this finishing up this mix. I'm now going to do the automation them now, because normally I automate my reverbs and delay if you kind of add some more life to it, you know, because if I leave the reverb constant, it sound with sound flat, if you tell the honest truth. So there are parts in it where I don't have a fader, so I just have to click and do the editing of the reverb and the delays to the particular song to add a little bit more movement to it. Or if so be the case, me do it like on the volume wave, the volume automation, you know, I tend to do it from time to time. But I like to automate my reverbs and delay, add some more life and movement to the track. And I think that's pretty much about it for this particular mix or so forth like that. These sounded already sound good. These are drums and percussion. I like to bus them to one bus. Alright, separate auxiliary first before we have my drums bus here. So we can hold on. I like to have some sort of SSL on my drums. In which we use a different compressor this time. No, I like SSL sound and drums. I don't know, it adds some sort of weight to it, you know. In which what I did with this classic compressor, I don't really know what they model this offer, but the damn hell sound good. So my side chain, the about to 60 hertz, but the kick in this instance is not getting compressed. It is getting compressed further up the line with other plugins. And for this particular song, we change the two bus settings. So here we have this precision EQ. It's a model of a Neve 33619 compressor, master grade compressor, but I tend to use it here. I have a trusty BX right here, a Mag EQ, and a SSL bus compressor on this particular track. So it depends on the type of track. Sometimes I tend to switch them around, but there are majority of the songs that I mixed, I tend to stick with me Shadow Hills compressor, this BX Mag, and an API. Waves API bus compressor. I tend to stick with that route because it seems to work well and we get good results from that. But for this particular song, I did have to change at least two plugins: this SSL bus compressor and this precision compressor limiter. So it's just doing mild compression, as you can see. I'm going on chorus where most energy is and play it again.
The better head, top shot a man a top banger. Young spragger all full of power. Fully govern cause of our land, no other. Gun match the figure, watch me wheel off and squeeze one. Top banger man a top banger. Each one make your jelly splatter.
So as you can see, it's a trigger the kick and so forth like that, in which me squeeze the kick them some more. So I let it go up like that and didn't add any more gain to it, and just use some soft compression 2:1. In most cases I use 1:5:1, in which it is at almost no compression. So there are times when I just use the settings and it seems to work really, really great. So if you won't even notice much of a difference.
The better head, top shot a man a top banger. Young spragger all full of power. Fully govern cause of our land, no other. Gun match the figure, watch me wheel off and squeeze one. Top banger man a top.
you don't really notice much difference there between that settings and the 2:1 ratio settings. So we just leave it at that, or there are times let me just leave it at 1:5:1, in which it is at almost no compression. Yeah, so as you can see, me touch up the bass, the synth them did alright, the percussion them did alright, the brass, the section is this legato horns, and some other more stuff in which it is what it is. And this is two different stuff in which they are mono but they are panned left and right. This is stereo. What is this here? We have some cellos here. We have tubular bills.
It's a matter of fact. I move to them now.
Yeah, some short tubular bills. We have monster staccato here. All who have contact and have this string, I don't think you use contact, because these strings they're really monsters and they can get really crazy. One of the best strings we see out there, monster staccato strings, and them sound really fantastic, especially when you blend them with other type of strings. It adds that aggression. So like these strings. Within the strings and the brass section, I also have guitars. I have pad here. Not sure what that is. You have some hums here. Some I just put in our keys. Normally would have put in a special effects, but we just put this in our keys. Would have put in this section here. Yeah, birds outside chirping, and I have some more hum here. I'm putting a key section. I never really want it over the special effects part because we did want to add some stuff to it within this realm, in which could I do it over there, but I did not. And as you can see, very little vocals this time, and a lot of bass down here also. So that's pretty much it for this particular video. And thank you all for tuning in to this live stream. Hope we can really do one soon. Although the work kind of pack up on me and so forth like that. So it's a boy Eldorado. Thank you again for watching. Thank you again for tuning in. Until next time, peace out.